Hello, fellow beautiful human being. I'm Rebecca Abraxas. I really wanted to speak about what's happening currently. The protests, the outrage, the action that's being taken, um, the racism that we're just seeing just more and more of. There's times that we're feeling disconnected, maybe. I know sometimes I'm feeling kind of like disgusted at my fellow human. And what I've noticed is that perhaps that's not going to help matters. How do I connect back in? And what do I do with my big emotions? And how can I be effective in protesting and taking action? And what action do I take? So these are some things that I'm going to speak to today in this video. I had the great privilege of taking a course some years ago called Yoga Off the Mat, and it's all about spiritual and conscientious activism. And I feel like this may be really helpful in this moment right now as we're processing some really big feelings. It's my perspective that this is a moment in history that we can start to evolve and evolve in a way that this might not have to happen again. So a lot of people like studying history, right? Where, you can see that these cycles and come back into the present moment. And my point is that what if we didn't have to relive something yet again, yet again, yet again? What if we do protest and activism from a very conscious perspective? What if we could evolve and be done with this piece? What if we can really grow and ascend this? So, what do we do with these big feelings, right? You can't help look at the news and just be completely outraged. What do we do with that? Well, the one thing we don't do is feel outrage and anger and then go react. And that is what's causing in our history to circle back around. Okay, because anything fed with the frequency of outrage and anger is going to come back around. Revenge is going to come back around. Blame is going to come back around. What we want to do is let these big feelings be indicators, be tools to let us know what's important to us. So sit with your outrage. Wow, something right here, right now is really important to me. What is this? Breathe into it. And let the fire of your emotions just be, Let them get bigger. Let them come into your field. Ground them into the earth. Fly them out of your crown. Just see what you can do. It's just energy. Just feel it. Okay, and then expand yourself out and perhaps ask for a broader perspective. This helps me so much. Ask for a broader perspective. So when we're in the outrage, we're like right here in the story, right? We're right here in the contracted, limited view here. And see if you can say, please, universe, give me a broader perspective of this. And from there, emotions start to shift. They start to calm. And then what I do is I go into gratitude. I go into gratitude about anything, about a pillow, about a book, about, just my space of loving myself, about like a relationship I have in my life. Just get into gratitude and start shifting into that broader universal feeling of connectedness and oneness. Once you feel that, then ask, what is mine to do? Where can I be of service for this in this situation and in our culture? What's my message to offer? What's my action to do? And from there, see where the flow opens. See where yours is to go. Okay? That's conscious activism. It's breathing and pausing before we say anything, before we act on anything, before we react, before we go and join the protesters and get caught up in the pain body and the looting and the the death and the destruction that is happening. It's very easy if we are going into something without being aware of our consciousness moment to moment. We can get swept away into very, very seductive pain bodies. And all these justifications come in. You know, all this justification comes in. So I just really, really love the model of Martin Luther King and Gandhi, their way of protest, their way of peaceful demonstration, conscious activism. Have your feelings for sure. Sit with them. Breathe through them. Ask what they are showing you. Ask what's important here. Expand energy out. Ask for the broader perspective of this. And then ask, what's mine to do? Where can I be of service with this? And then respond from there. I have found this to be so helpful in my life. Yeah, you know, I'm a Jersey girl. I can get pretty hot-headed. I can get pretty emotional. And it's easy to just go into complete reactivity. And I've noticed when I do that, it's one way. It's not wrong. There could be another way. And there could be a way that creates more flow, more evolution for our culture at this point, instead of having to make these cyclical, historical events, right? So let's finally evolve. Let's finally ascend this part of history and this part of our humanity together. Let's finally ascend it. Let's evolve. And that's where conscious activism comes in. And conscious activism is a moment to moment, living moment to moment with your feelings and with your pause and breath, and with your gratitude and with questioning everything. What's mine to do? Where's the flow happening? How can I be of service? Ask the next question. And by all means, do never make a choice and an action from guilt or shame. If someone is guilt tripping you or shaming you because maybe you're not, jumping into some kind of activity, that is something to walk away from. Get back into you. What's important to me? What are my emotions showing me and telling me? What's my intention here? How can I be of service? Get into gratitude, shift the energy. Any action you're going to take from a negative, low frequency vibe is going to not evolve us. It's going to create more history circling back around of the same kind of quality. I know this is kind of different. I think if you're on this video, you can probably hear this, and I think you can give it a try. And by all means, you don't have to align with what I'm saying, but I wanted to just offer it in case it was a contribution, because this is where I'm coming from, and this is how I'm seeing where my next step is to be of service to this situation and evolving us on as a culture. So, any comments, any questions? Please put them down below, and just as always, please join the tribe. Just turn that red subscribe button gray. We'd love to have you, and you can have more videos with tips and practices to help become more aware and bring more consciousness to our lives and to the planet. Take care.